Trail, the most exciting television coverage of the Midwest's richest bass tournaments. For fast boats and fish catching action, it's Heartland on the trail. This week we're at 43,000-acre Table Rock Lake in southwest Missouri for Heartland's 2004 Buddy event. Some of the best bass fishing teams in the Midwest will battle it out for the top spot, and our cameras will be rolling. Don't go away. The best bass tournament action on television is coming up. Table Rock Lake, nestled in the Ozark Mountains of southwest Missouri, is about as perfect a bass fishery as an angler could ask for. Smallmouth, largemouth, and spotted bass all inhabit the rock, and all three species grow big in its waters. Table Rock also offers varying bass habitats to fish, from deep crystal clear waters near the dam to shallow, murky, timber-laden river arms. Heartland Tournament Association's third Buddy event of 2004 begins on a clear and cooled mid-April morning. A 3-day warming trend has brought Table Rock's water temperature between 58 and 64 degrees. Major river arms have 3 to 4 feet of visibility, with 10 feet of visibility at the lower end of the lake. Table Rock's level remains steady at 914, 1 foot below pool. Today's forecast calls for clear skies all day, with temperatures reaching near 80 by noon. South winds are expected to 15 miles per hour. We'll be following 3 tough teams known for pulling big bass from Table Rock's waters. Buster Loving and Tim Sonato are local favorites with a knack at catching fish with finesse tactics. Their weakness is they don't fish for spawning bass, and reports have it many big bass are on the beds right now. Scott Pauley and Gail Julian are 2 well-rounded fishermen with knowledge of Table Rock Lake that is as deep as its waters. Both fishermen excel fishing offshore, but aren't afraid to go shallow to catch fish either. Quite possibly the most feared duo fishing this tournament is the team of Mark Tucker and Mark Jernigan. Mark Tucker fishes professionally on the BASS Tour and is qualified for this year's Bassmasters Classic. We start the day with Tucker and Jernigan up the White River Arm. The anglers are pitching skirted twin-tailed grubs to bedding bass near docks.
And normally them fish spawn right there on them corners, but I ain't seen a lot of them yet.
Scott Pauley and Gail Julian start in Cow Creek. They're fishing trees in 10 to 16 feet of water using Carolina-rigged finesse worms and jigs.
The fish we found on the beds are farther back in the creek on that creek swing. But they're later in the day, once the sun gets up, when we can see them, we'll sight fish those fish. So what we wanted to do now is just we're going to start on the point and just start working our way in this morning till that sun gets up where we can see those fish.
Back to Mark Tucker and Mark Jernigan looking for bedding bass.
The ones up real shallow, they're hard to catch because you can't aggravate them with the bait enough to entice them to bite, you know, because you got to make them mad.
Scott Pauley is dragging a seedless watermelon zoom finesse worm on a downsized Carolina rig. A 1/4-ounce sinker and 8-pound line makes for a more subtle presentation and allows him to use a spinning rod.
Fish. A little, I think. I got him.
Mark Tucker's twitching a methylate-colored floating worm around shallow water bedding areas. The floating worm serves as a search bait to alert Mark to the presence of a spawning bass. If a bass attacks the worm and doesn't get hooked, Mark switches to a white Texas rig 2 bait and tries to aggravate the bass into biting.
He was easy.
We find Buster Loving and Tim Sonato near Schooner Creek. The two are swimming grubs and jigs on flat gravel banks in 10 to 20 feet of water. Loving and Sonato don't fish for bedding bass. Instead, they concentrate on deeper areas that have a history of holding pre-spawn bass.
There he is.
Come on, start fighting. Youngin.
Mark Tucker's found a good bass,
Oh, Mark.
but it doesn't want to get in the boat.
Oh, you see him?
Scott Pauley and Gail Julian have plans to fish an area they found in practice that was loaded with bedding bass. There's only one problem. A large pleasure boat is parked on the spot.
Hey, it's everybody's lake, you know? Everybody's got the same rights.
America.
That's right. It's all right. We're going to turn and go back out. All right, go ahead. Yeah, we're going out. You're fine.
Buster Loving and Tim Sonato have moved to Brushy Creek. Buster's now dragging a 4-inch worm on a split shot rig.
Fella.
Heading me for that tree. That's a start.
Mark Tucker's little Texas rig tube bait is doing the trick.
Now you talk about eating it. I knew he was ready yesterday afternoon. I pulled with him for about 15 minutes, and I thought it got to be a personal thing then, you know. I thought, I'm going to try and hook it. And boy, I snapped it, and it ate it and took off, and I didn't set the hook. I thought, I bet you me and Marky come back here tomorrow and catch that fish. Shouldn't take that long. I told you it wasn't going to take long. We can catch them if we can find them.
Tim Sonato and Buster Loving have moved to the dam area.
Unbelievable. Bet you my boat can go up there and catch a fish. Pretty fast. Got him. Better one, isn't it? Yeah, that'll work.
Back to Mark Tucker trying to coax a bedding bass into biting.
Will he keep? Oh yeah. Now we need 2 more, right? Got him?
Mark Jernigan gets in on the action.
Good show, brother. Ooh. Look at this.
It popped right out, didn't it?
It did. Well, we need 1 more. Now you're cooking.
Make your boat safe and comfortable with Flatfoot. Flatfoot is designed to reach
Well, at least we didn't have to take much time.
Paulie and Julian moved to the mouth of Schooner Creek. They're fishing a gravel flat in 13 feet of water that breaks off into a river channel in 50 feet. The pair are still casting Carolina rigs, but have changed to green pumpkin Zoom baby brush hogs.
Keep it to me. Oh, I'll measure you. Got him roped up. Yeah, I think he'll go. Oh yeah. 15 and a quarter. 15 and a quarter. Didn't? Yeah. Okay.
That's a big one. I don't know what it is, but it's a big one.
Yep, coming up the side.
He ain't ready yet.
He's got a carp. Drum.
Probably.
Maybe just a big old bass.
Just a big old bass. Stay down, stay down, stay down. Got it. Good job, partner.
It's kind of a waiting on.
Atta boy. That helped. That, folks, is Mr. Gail Julian, owner of Jewel Bait Company, Bass Pro Extraordinaire, fish catching machine.
Mark Tucker finds a beagle that evidently wants to do a little sight fishing.
Well, it's okay. Where's them bass, huh?
No, that's going what?
He wants to go. Catch that one right there.
Got one. Mark pick. Still strong. Yeah, that's a good one. Alright, coming to you. I ain't good at these. I thought it was better. Felt good. Stayed down. Yeah, I just don't catch enough fish to know what they feel like.
Scott Pauly gives some advice on Carolina rigging.
See how Gail and, well, I do the same thing. Fish with the tip down low and drag it sideways. Two things there. One, you can feel the bottom a whole lot better than when you're picking it up. A lot of people fish a Carolina rig like this. You can't feel near as good the bottom structure and the rocks. And the second thing is when you set the hook, if you set the hook to the side, you get a lot better hookup with that long leader than if your tip is up high and you tried to reel down and set the hook. You've got to pick up that weight off the bottom and get all that slack line out. No, yeah. We'll keep. All right, ready? Coming at you. All right, check in boards under in the big compartment. Let me drive the boat. No, there's a big compartment right here. Problem.
the team of Bobby Comstock and Tommy Skinner come to the scales with the first good limit of the tournament.
What a sack, 17-79. Oh, and he just snuck in there and took the lead, 18.29 pounds.
Brian Herndon and David Spicer bumped Comstock and Skinner from the top spot with 18.29 pounds.
Good job. Tell me a little bit about it before you get off the stage. Now you are the leaders. Think you can hold it?
It's unlikely today. There's too many good fishermen.
One shy of the limit, but here is a giant. Biggest fish of the day so far, 5.82.
Rick Kleins and Ed Giltner weigh in the heaviest bass so far of the tournament at 5.82 pounds. Marty Conrad and Lefty Evans have a limit of good fish.
They're going to have to beat 18.29. They could possibly have a shot at it. Let's see. Here we go. New leader, 21.11, 21.11.
Conrad and Evans take the lead with 21.11 pounds.
Smallmouth in that sack. Looky here. He's got a big bag.
Mike Webb and Steve Bio are going to give Marty Conrad and Lefty Evans a run for their money.
He's close. 18.90.
Their six-fish limit of 18.9 pounds puts them in second place. The team of Larry Herndon and Kevin Bowling have an impressive limit of largemouth bass.
And here's a huge sack. He's got to beat 21.11. I don't think this is going to be a problem. New leaders, 23.18, 23.18. Get in there, Larry, and hold us up a couple of fish. Going to hold them all up, and there is a jumbo. I think a lot of guys started as smallmouth today for some reason, but what's going on out there?
Well, I fished with a big mouth, so that's what we did. We just fished with a little white tube.
Throwing a white tube, and obviously probably looking at a lot of those fish that you're throwing it at, getting them to bite it.
We didn't really see as many bite as you think. Fish are a lot deeper than people are fishing, and we were out pretty deep water. I think most of our fish probably come from 8 to 10 foot of water, so a lot of feel.
Roger and Merle Satterfield have a good limit of fish, but it might not be enough to take the lead from Herndon and Bowling.
They have got a good bag. They're going to fall just short. 20.88.
The winners of the 2004 Heartland Buddy event on Table Rock Lake are Larry Herndon and Kevin Bowling with 23.18 pounds. Second goes to the team of Marty Conrad and Lefty Evans with 21.11 pounds. They targeted spawning smallmouth bass in protected pockets with Green Pumpkin Lucky Strike Elite Baby Bugs rigged on 1/8 and 1/4 ounce weedless jig heads. In third, the father-son team of Roger and Merle Satterfield with 20.8 pounds. They pitched homemade brown and black and blue jigs to Chunk Rock in the Long Creek arm. Big bass honors go to the team of Rick Kleins and Ed Giltner with their 5.82 pound largemouth. Here's the best of the rest. When we come back, learn how Larry Herndon and Kevin Bowling won the 2004 Heartland Buddy event on Table Rock Lake. Don't go away.
Comfortable with Flatfoot. Flatfoot is designed to recess any brand of foot-controlled trolling motor to allow for maximum comfort and control. Most trolling motors are mounted directly to the front deck, resulting in safety hazards and contributing to fatigue and lower back strain. Cure all these problems in one easy step with Flatfoot. Made with durable 1/8-inch aluminum with a baked-on powder-coated finish, Flatfoot is built to last and will increase your boat's resale value. Call 866-725-7015 to order your Flatfoot today. Be a
23.18.
2004 Heartland Buddy Tournament winners Larry Herndon and Kevin Bowling sight fished near the launch cove of Ahoy's Restaurant in Kimberling City. Here they are with more.
Well, we use white tubes. I use it's actually a special pour. Used to be Bobby Garland poured them, and that's who poured these for me. They're Bobby Garland tubes, and we use tiny tubes instead of the big ones. It took both people. What I'd like to say is it took both people to catch these fish because one guy had to hold the fish in the bed with the bait, and Kevin was using a little bit different bait technique than I was doing, and it really seemed to help. Kevin was drop shotting his, and I was Texas rigging mine, and it made a lot of difference to hold the fish. One guy to hold them, the other one to work them. So.
Next week, We're back at Table Rock Lake for Heartland's Pro-Am event.
There it is.
Spring has sprung in the Ozarks and the bass are biting.
Got it.
Don't miss it.